Manchester United transfer news. Let's hope everybody is doing well today, man. We have some positives, we have some negatives. Manchester United transfer news. So we have a bit of positives, we have some negatives as well for today. Ish. We just need to somehow, some way, just find a solution to bring in some players at least before the end of July, man. We're already into the first week of July and we're still asking questions. When will the Mbeumo deal be finished? When will the new striker come in? So the transfer window has been a bit too slow. You started off well. We started off extremely well by just signing on Cunha, but now it's hectic, man. It's hectic. A lot of news coming out right now just from Fabrizio Romano about Marcus Rashford. At least that's a positive. Looks like Nico Williams, he's rejected Barca, signed a new contract, and now their only option is probably Marcus Rashford. Let's hear from Fabrizio Romano, man.
Otherwise, they have more options available, including also Marcus Rashford, who is basically waiting for options, including Barcelona. Rashford would love to go to Barcelona. Rashford would love to play in Spain, would love to be a Barca player, would love to play with Barca players. So Rashford is basically waiting for this option. He has also more possibilities, but I expect Barca to try for Luis Diaz again, and then also to have Marcus Rashford as part of the shortlist already since the January transfer window. So Barcelona will now reassess their plans, but for sure, it's over.
So yeah, I understand that, bro. Like, hey, this Mbeumo deal is taking forever, right? This time last week, a lot of guys were saying, hey, he's gonna have his medical today. This was the day when Mbeumo was supposed to have his medical. That's what we were hearing from journalists last week. But it's still not over the line. It's still not being agreed. It's taking forever, man. This Mbeumo deal, and also this Rashford, apparently we've heard what Fabrizio has to say. Yo, he wants Barca, and now it looks way better. The situation looks way better for Rashford right now. Right? Now that Barca have missed out, they've missed out on Nico Williams, and now Rashford is your chance, man. It is Rashford's chance. So Fabrizio Romano also went on to give an update on Gyökeres, man. Let's just hear a bit about that, because this Gyökeres situation, as well as Man United fans, we want to know what's going on with Gyökeres. Is this guy coming? What's really going on? Why are transfers moving so slow? Let's just hear a bit on the Gyökeres. What's going on with Gyökeres, man?
Nico Williams. My feeling is, after what happened this summer, the relationship is going to be probably broken for Nico to Barca, because it already happened 1 year ago that the deal didn't happen. Now again, and so the situation will be quite tense on that point. I wanted to close today's video, guys, also by mentioning Arsenal. I told you about the contacts continuing for Chieze. I told you also about Arsenal speaking to Noni Madueke's camp. So Arsenal are working on several topics. Don't forget Viktor Gyökeres. Don't forget Viktor Gyökeres, because Arsenal are waiting to see what happens in this war between the agents of the player and the Sporting for Viktor Gyökeres for the final price of the player. But Gyökeres is absolutely still expected to leave. And Arsenal are still working in the background, are still working in terms of contacts, are still keeping close eye to the situation with Sporting. And so Arsenal didn't forget about Viktor Gyökeres. The contacts are continuing for the Swedish striker. And so don't forget about the story. Don't forget about the deal. And also, let's also follow in the next days.
Yeah, bro. Hey, this Gyökeres situation, looks like Arsenal are moving, and you're saying you saw sources reported that Mbeumo will attend the preseason for Brentford. Yeah, that's more bad news for Manchester United, right? If those sources are real, bro, that's more bad news for us. Mbeumo about to attend preseason for Brentford. Like, oh man. So you can see preseason is about to start, right? Our players, they come back to training 7th of July, and then 19th of July, that's when they travel to America. That's our first preseason match. But a lot of the players are gonna come back training 7th of July, and that is bad news, bro. That is bad news. You're saying, reporting that Mbeumo deal set for the 4th of July. It looks like they lied, bro. Looks like that was fake news. We heard a lot of news about Mbeumo. This was the week. This was the week he's going to have his medical, this and that. But looks like all that was really fake news. And in this transfer window, we've learned a valuable lesson, man. You can only believe Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein, because these are the journalists. They were saying last week that, okay, Mbeumo, this is the week he's gonna have his medical. But hey, Fabrizio never said that, right? Fabrizio, David Ornstein, these are the only guys we can genuinely rely on, man. Let's hope that news isn't real. That okay, Monday Mbeumo is gonna be in that preseason with Brentford. That's horrific news, right? Some positive news about Rashford. He might go to Barca, but then again, Gyökeres looks like Arsenal are preparing that first bid for him. So looks like Man United, we might miss out on that deal, right? Let's just give a situation. Arsenal make a bid. Because we've heard from Fabrizio, Arsenal are speeding up their pursuit, right? We're still focused on Mbeumo while these guys they're about to steal Gyökeres. So that Gyökeres situation not looking good as well because we're about to miss out on that. Mbeumo looks like he's going for preseason. It's a mess right now, bro. It is a mess. We're still stuck on one deal while other transfers. At least we also got some positive about Jadon Sancho. Apparently Juventus are chasing him, but it's just the wages, man. The wages of Sancho. That's why these guys are holding back. Hey, we don't want to pay those types of wages for you. So yeah, we heard that from Fabrizio as well. Barcelona also looking to sign Luis Diaz for. So the Marcus Rashford situation, bro, it's not 100% that he's gonna go to Barcelona, right? It's not 100%. It's not gonna be an easy deal. The only thing is, okay, Rashford, what type of pay cut does he take, right? Because we know he wants to go to Barca. What type of pay cut does he take? And with Man United, we won't let this guy go out on loan. It's not going to be a loan situation. Barca want a loan situation. We want to sell him for good. So it's going to be a complicated deal, bro. It is going to be a complicated deal. We need action from both sides, Barca and Rashford. Rashford needs to push Barcelona to bid for him if they are really interested, bro. But with Sancho, it's a complicated situation. Gyökeres looks like we might miss out if Arsenal's first bid, because they are about to bid for Gyökeres, right? Arsenal are about to bid for Gyökeres. So if that goes in, if their bid is accepted, bro, we're in the mud right there because you're gonna miss out on Gyökeres. We already missed out on Delap. So it's so disorganized right now, bro. It's so disorganized. We're moving so slow with transfers. So we just have to hope and pray that okay, we start speeding up the processes because this Mbeumo deal, we should have gotten it over the line maybe 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, you get it over the line and then start bringing in other players, a striker, midfielder. At least with the midfield situation, okay, the guys we are chasing, it doesn't look like other clubs are chasing the same guys. Guys like Edison, we've heard links of Edison. Doesn't look like other teams are really chasing the midfield targets we have. But strikers, bro, strikers are slim. You gotta go for them as soon as possible. Yeah, Anthony as well, bro. Anthony as well. Looks like Anthony, he's him and Hoyland are the more realistic chances of okay, Man United selling these guys first because Sancho is gonna drag on, Rashford is gonna drag on, at least Anthony, Hoyland, they have realistic people chasing them, bro, and their options, Anthony, Hoyland, they're really preparing bids, bro. Anthony, Real Betis are preparing a bid, right? Hoyland, Inter are preparing a bid, but with Rashford and Sancho, it looks like Juventus, they don't want to make that bid before they agree like a salary with Sancho. We heard that from Fabrizio Romano as well. Let me play that video again, bro. Like this is a different video. Fabrizio Romano just talking about that Sancho situation, bro, because it's a crazy saga.
To Chelsea from Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund will also have a sell clause for a former Chelsea player, Jadon Sancho. Juventus keep calling Manchester United. Juventus already made 2-3 calls in the recent weeks for Jadon Sancho. Juventus has signed Jonathan David on a free transfer on a 5-year contract, medical tomorrow, and Juventus for Jadon Sancho are also contacting Manchester United to understand the situation. The real point, the real issue, is that Juventus don't want to cover the whole salary of Jadon Sancho. That's going to be almost impossible. So, or the salary request change, or Juventus Sancho topic is going to be kind of complicated for the upcoming days and weeks. So let's see what happens with the salary. Juventus interest is confirmed. Juventus call are confirmed, but that's the case as of today.
So it's a situation of salary, right? They're interested in Sancho, but bro, they're not gonna pay those type of wages Sancho wants. Sancho wants above 250 a week, right? 250,000 a week. So I don't see any club paying that, right? If Chelsea rejected his wage demands, I don't think Juventus, because we know how Chelsea are moving, bro. Chelsea, they can pay you more wages than Juventus. So if Chelsea can't really afford the wages, they're saying, nah, for what you bring to the team, you're not valued at those types of wages, bro. Yeah, Ineos and the Glazers, bro. Look, with Ruben Amorim, this is the season for Ruben Amorim, right? Back the man, back the manager, and it's about, okay, his system. Some of these players we can't really bring them too late, because we saw last season, right, when it was a situation of, okay, Ruben Amorim, he didn't have a preseason with the players to actually adapt his philosophy, adapt what he wants from the team, adapt. That's why the new players, at least some of them, have to be part of these preseason, so that they're not adapting during the season. They're adapting, like, okay, they're learning what the manager wants, right? Because he is a tactical manager. He is a guy that focuses on a philosophy. That is Ruben Amorim, bro. He's that type of manager that focuses on a philosophy. And as a footballer, you need to learn, okay, this is how he wants me to press. This is how he wants me to track back. This is how, because at least preseason, those are the instructions he's gonna be giving you. Okay, you're my new fullback. This is how I want you to run into the spaces, this and that. So he needs time with these new players, bro. Yeah, bro. Sancho, it's all about money, bro. It is all about money for Jadon Sancho right now, bro. Because with Sancho, we can see, bro. We can see, okay, it's not about football anymore. He just wants the money. He doesn't care, okay, will I play? Will I not play? I think even with Sancho, I won't be shocked if he rejects all these offers and just stays in the reserve team for Manchester United, just running down his contract, because I can see a situation like that for Sancho, man. Yeah, hey, Ruben Amorim, he needs new players, bro. He needs new players. At least these new players, let them come in early, so that we adapt, so that we go to that next level. And with Rasmus Højlund, looks like that sell is gonna be extremely likely, right? He's the most likely guy to actually leave the club. Rasmus, we wish the guy well. Obviously, it didn't work out at Manchester United. Højlund, maybe in Serie A, that's where he can probably thrive. But Man United, it's just about the striker you bring in, because this situation with Arsenal going for Gyökeres, they're about to make a new bid. If we do miss out on Gyökeres, looks like it might be an Ollie Watkins situation, bro. It might be an Ollie Watkins situation, and we know a Villa, they would want probably 60 million for Watkins. So if we miss out on Gyökeres, looks like Hugo Ekitike, that situation is done and dusted, bro. We're not gonna genuinely pay the asking price for Hugo Ekitike. I don't see that happening, because they were asking for what? Like close to 80, close to 100 M's for Hugo Ekitike. So it might be an Ollie Watkins situation, bro. It might be that type of situation where you just go for Ollie Watkins. You're saying Rasmus Højlund leaving for a permanent will take months to happen. Yes, bro. Let's just hope they try and get these deals quickly, bro. Because whether it's Rasmus leaving, or whether it's bringing in a new striker, bringing in a new midfielder, getting the Mbeumo deal done. So it just shows that we're so disorganized, bro. Because even with this Mbeumo deal, like at least get him in before preseason starts, right? We're giving these guys, okay, the next 7 days. Can Man United get this Mbeumo deal over the line? We know a striker, it's not gonna happen before preseason starts, right? Looks like we're so disorganized in everything we're doing. We're also hearing links of like goalkeepers. Goalkeepers might be a solution, might be a possible thing for Man United, but that's after we get a striker, get a midfielder. So goalkeeper right now, it looks like it's a situation of okay, in the transfer window, if we still have money left, we'll go for a goalkeeper. But if we don't, then because we can see how much Mbeumo is gonna go for, bro. Mbeumo won't be cheap. A striker won't be cheap. Probably if we go for a midfielder as well, they're gonna look at the Mbeumo situation and say, hey, we also want 60 million. Hey, we also want close to 70 million. So also the midfielder, it won't be cheap. So I understand the situation of okay, these guys, Ineos, they're not really moving fast enough. But I get that. Okay, yeah, a goalkeeper might be last priority, bro. Yeah, bro. Mbeumo deal already took us a month. Just imagine like strikers, midfielders, bro, and they already know. Okay, the thing about this Mbeumo deal, these guys knew Sir Jim Ratcliffe pumped in his own money. So Brentford, they saw, oh, so now you have money. Let's play hard to get. Let's increase the price, right? And they also saw how much we paid for Cunha. So with Brentford, I understand from a Brentford point of view. Okay, they're saying, okay, so Jim Ratcliffe has pumped in his own money. These guys spend over 60 M's for. So we spent over 60 M's for Cunha, so they know that we have money, bro. Brentford, they know that we have money, so they're trying to fleece us, bro. They are trying to fleece us. They are trying to take us out of all we have, bro. You're saying no, Watkins doesn't deserve 60 million pounds at any cost. I understand that, bro, because it's just the price tag of Watkins, right? 60 million. We know that's just the okay, 60 million is the basis of when we can start negotiating, right? We know that, bro. We know how transfers work. It might even go up to 65, 67 million because Watkins, this is Villa, bro. This is Villa. Villa are that type of club that don't need to sell, right? They're in a European competition. I think they're in Europa League or something. So Villa, bro, they're comfortable. And would Watkins leave Villa, a team in the Europa, to come to us? It's gonna be crazy, crazy to see. Okay, which striker do we go for? Which striker do we go for? Because I think the striker deal, it will take longer than the Mbeumo deal. I genuinely believe that, bro. Especially if you go for somebody like a Gyökeres. I think the only striker that won't be too complicated to get like bidding for him, it won't be too much because he has a release clause, things like that. So I think Osimhen will be the only guy where you're saying, okay, if we go for Osimhen right now, he has a release clause. You pay that release clause, it's game over. So I think he's gonna be probably the easiest, bro. Yes. Yeah, Man United should be like negotiating for other players, man. Other players' age. I think that is going on, but we heard those reports saying, hey, the only reason they are not making substantial bids is because they want to see how much money they have left from this Mbeumo deal, right? So of course they're having talks with other players, agents and things like that, but they haven't made bids yet just because of this Mbeumo deal, right? Financially, they just want to see, okay, how much is left after we buy this player. Okay, what? Because we heard the reports, man. These guys are working on a budget, bro. It's not unlimited money, so they're probably planning it out. Okay, we spent this much on Mbeumo, so we have this much left. Let's see, okay, who we can sign, who we can bring in, because I don't think they're just moving like, oh, they have unlimited money. Okay, let's bid for this guy. Let's bid for that guy. Let's bid for this guy. I don't think that's the situation, bro, because they are talking to multiple players for sure, but bidding and concrete deals, right? Concrete proposals, concrete contacts. it's gonna happen after that Mbeumo deal, bro. Us bidding for another player, it's gonna happen for after that Mbeumo deal. That's genuinely what I see happening, because they're not gonna make unrealistic bid for this guy while you're still bidding for that guy. So it sucks, bro. It does suck, bro. Yeah, bro. Chelsea, they have unlimited money, bro. They're spending, they're bidding for this guy, bidding for that guy, but we're not in that situation, bro. We are not in that situation. So looks like us, it's just a situation of, okay, we're gonna talk to other players, but we're gonna make one bid at a time, because we are working on a budget. With Chelsea, they can make a bid for this guy, make a bid for that guy, because they have unlimited money, bro. I think they spend over $1 billion. That squad they have is over $1 billion or something. So these guys have, we don't have that type of money, bro. We don't have that type of money Chelsea have. Even Liverpool, bro. Liverpool, they're breaking transfer records, bro. So us with Sir Jim, bro, we're moving like cheapskates and we're moving slow. So we understand, okay, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, he's the type of guy that wants to negotiate, right? He's the guy, he wants to get the best deal possible. We're not moving like how we're moving under the Glazers, where anything goes, right? Any price goes. Okay, Paul Pogba, let's break the transfer window. Okay, Anthony, let's pay, let's overpay for him. Right now, it looks like they're moving a bit more organized. I know fans will get frustrated how slow it is, bro. It's slow. Other clubs, they're stealing our transfers, like Arsenal. If Arsenal bid for Gyökeres, it might be game over. So United, we just need to start moving a bit better, a bit faster, and just move with intent. Move with intent. That's all we're asking for. Okay, start moving a bit faster, a bit better. But with Rashford, let's hope he does go to Barca. We need some of that money. With Hoyland, let's hope he does go to Inter. We need some of that money. And even Garnacho, looks like Garnacho, he's gonna be part of that preseason. So all the guys we haven't sold, unless you sell them in what, less than what, it's the fourth. So unless you sell them in like less than 15 days, they're gonna be there in America for preseason. So you have 15 days to sell some of the players we have, or they'll be part of that preseason, bro. They will be part of that preseason. You're saying we will finish 10th. Let's be honest. That's the worry, right? Because if we just get Cunha, and then the other signings are plan Z, because if you miss out on your main targets, let's say Mbeumo doesn't come, Gyökeres doesn't come, or whoever our main strikers were don't come, and then you're left in a situation where, okay, your whole foundation is still the same, bro. You haven't really changed anything. Yes, Cunha has come in, but your whole foundation is still the same. Players that don't really wanna, that don't really have the ability to take you to the top, bro. We have to be realistic. The players we have right now, do they have the ability to take us to the top, take us back to winning trophies? Or we're not there yet, bro. You're saying, are you fine with Zersky as our main striker? Uh, I'm okay with it if you build like a foundation around Joshua Zersky, man. He's not a bad player. It's just the concept of, okay, why were we struggling to score? Because we're failing to create, bro. Like that's why sometimes I know Hoyland was horrific, right? Hoyland was bad, especially, okay, link up play. He's link up play, but there are some situations where you feel for the guy, right? We're barely getting the ball into the final third. The passing in the final third was horrific. We remember last season, bro, failing to create chances. I know a lot of that. Okay, when Hoyland gets the ball, he loses it, but a lot of it was, okay, bro, we're failing to create anything, bro. We are failing to create anything. Now it's still on, but it's just dragging on. The Bryan and Mbeumo deal is still on. It's just dragging on. We don't know why these guys are taking so long, why they're taking their time. We need Bryan and Mbeumo right now, bro. But I'm just giving a scenario. Hey, because we heard those reports, this final third bid is gonna be probably the last one. If Brentford reject this, Man United are walking away. right? So there is a possibility we walk away from the Bryan and Mbeumo deal, bro. There's a massive possibility that genuinely happens because if Brentford don't accept this next bid, looks like Sir Jim, the board, Omar Barada, these guys are walking away. And if a situation like that happens, let's see who they go for next because we know with Bryan and Mbeumo, if we walk away, Tottenham will bid for Brentford's asking price, bro. We know that if we walk away, Tottenham will come in. So it's just a situation of, hey, do Man United pay what these guys are asking for? Let's see. Let's wait and see, bro. Yeah, I don't think we are gonna be extremely terrible next season, man. One game a week. But we know with United, bro, it might be some games where you just need some people to come in to add some goals, to add some creativity. That's what we were lacking last season, bro. That is what we were lacking last season, bro. Yeah, time is passing, bro. Time is passing. Preseason is coming. Why aren't we not really signing players? That's the question for Omar Barada. This is the this is when Omar Barada, you're supposed to make your name, right? This is your first full transfer window at Manchester United. Same with Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Your first full summer transfer window at Man United. You guys got to deliver, right? All eyes on you, Omar Barada. All eyes on you, Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Can you deliver us quality players on time? At least let's stop moving so disorganized, bro. Yeah, we're just moving slow, bro. We're just moving slow with these transfers, bro. As fans, we want clarification. When will this guy come? When will we get these guys over the line, right? We know, okay, yeah, selling players is gonna be a bit difficult because of one, their wages, two, okay, let's see if the people that are interested in them, do they make the bid? Do they come in? But buying players, it's all in your hands, bro. It's a bit easier to buy a player than sell a player. Selling somebody like Rashford, it's gonna be hard, right? Because if Barcelona don't bid the type of money you want, it's a bit harder. But getting guys like Gyökeres, your main targets, okay, Bryan and Mbeumo, it's in your hands, bro. It is in your hands. Selling players, it's not really in your hands, bro. You don't know who's interested. You don't know what type of money they're gonna offer you. But with bringing in players, it's a bit easier because it's down to you. It's down to what you do. So I don't know why the board are moving so slow with these transfers, bro. We just need a situation where, okay, by next season, I'm sorry, by the start of this season, at least you have a foundation where, okay, they've played a few games in preseason. They know their surroundings. They know what the manager wants from them, and then we start cooking from day one, bro. You're saying without football, life is boring. Yeah, I watched the FIFA Club World Cup, bro. I think still, bro, PSG, I think PSG are still favorites, bro. PSG are still favorites for this. I think they do beat Bayern Munich. Chelsea, they have an easy run, but with Chelsea, they can mess up, bro. So I still think PSG are favorites, but hey, let's hope Madrid do something, man. But with me, the main thing on my mind is Man United. Why aren't we doing something? Because just watching other teams in competitions like this, it hurts. It hurts you as a Man United fan, right? We wish that was Man United. We wish Man United were in such competitions, bro. So even next season, this season, Champions League, we'll just be watching other teams. Wow, we're supposed to be in competitions like that. So it's a bit frustrating that, okay, yeah, watching other teams compete in these types of competitions. That's why we need to build a team so that the next FIFA Club World Cup, Man United are part of it, bro. Man United are part of it, bro. Yeah, bro. Ish. Rest in peace, Jota, bro. That news, it hit the football world, bro. That's why life is precious, bro. Life is precious. Use every moment you have. You don't know. Maybe tomorrow you might not be here, bro. Maybe tomorrow you might not be here. So life is precious, man. And even like with this situation of, okay, Sancho, bro, play your football while you can still play it. I think this should be a lesson to the guys that are just wasting time like Sancho, bro. Sancho, play your football while you can still play it. This thing of I'ma wait, I'ma do this, bro. In life is not nothing is promised, bro. You can get an injury. Same, that's what I'm saying with Sancho, bro. Go to a club that take a pay cut and go and play football, bro. You can get an injury. Same with Rashford. Take a pay cut, go and play football, right? You waiting for these clubs, you doing this, taking your time. You never know what's going to happen. Tomorrow you might have an injury. The next day, you never know, bro. You're saying you followed Man United transfers for the last 10 years. United have signed players late. And yeah, it's not about like just signing players late. It's just about the manager we have, bro, because we know previously when you had a manager like Jose Mourinho, it's not like, hey, Jose needs time to adapt to his system, things like that. Even with Pep Guardiola, Ruben Amorim is a bit similar to somebody like a Pep Guardiola, right? Pep Guardiola, Man City, they always give him players early so that they can adapt in preseason, so that he gives them the tactics he wants, bro. Okay, this is how I want you to press. This is what I want you to do off the ball, on the ball. These are the runs you're supposed to be making. So that's valuable for players like Ruben Amorim, bro. These types of managers, they need a preseason. If we had a guy like Jose Mourinho, it wouldn't be an issue of, oh, signing a player late, because with Jose, hey, you just pop in and then it's easier to learn a Jose Mourinho tactic. Okay, pack the bus type of football transition. But with guys like Ruben Amorim, Pep Guardiola, these guys, bro, they need time to tell these players what they need, bro. Yeah, it's positive. It's positive that Diego Leon is coming. Let's see if he will get like a strong chance in the Premier League. But preseason, I see him playing some games, bro. Preseason, I see Ruben Amorim using Diego Leon. He's a good young player. He's done some brilliant things in South America. That's why we signed him, bro. That's why he signed him. And that speech from him, it's a good mindset. He's saying, nah, I'm going to prove myself. So Diego Leon, he has the mindset to make it, bro. Let's just see if he does. Let's just see what genuinely happens, bro, because we've signed so many young and up and coming players. Some of them have made it. Some of them haven't really made it, bro. Some of them haven't really made it. Just saying, but Ruben has been here since mid last season. Yeah, it is. That is true, bro. That is true. The only thing I'm saying that is so that as the manager, because hey, with Ruben Aaron, just give him what he wants so that there are no excuses, bro, for this season, right? So that there are no real excuses, so that we start from day one, everybody's settled in, bro. You don't want a situation where, okay, you sign a player, they come in late, and then it's all disorganized. They have to integrate into the team. You don't want a situation like that. I just want us to accumulate points from day one, bro. From day one, start of that Premier League season, we're accumulating points. We don't want a situation where, okay, your new players come in, they gotta settle in, they gotta integrate into the team. That's a process. And some players, they do work like that, bro. Yeah, that's that's the main positive, bro. Like, hey, Dogu, Diego Leon, we're building something in defense, and defense is the only position I can say, okay, yeah, we have some players, bro. Left wing back, we have some options on the bench, and starting players, right? Same with center backs. Defensive options are there, bro. Defense, I don't think we have to worry about that. It's just offensively players to come into the midfield to just bring in some stability and just bring in like some creativity from the midfield. We were lacking that as well. So I think we do need that type of player. Okay, just come in to help the midfield, bro. You're saying some reports today that Rasmus Højlund has. We've been hearing so many reports about this player agreeing with that, because let's be real, bro. If Rasmus agreed with Inter, Fabrizio Romano would have been speaking. let's be real, bro, because Italian clubs, that's what Fabrizio Romano knows. Like, that's where Fabrizio Romano makes his money. Italian clubs. Like, he's got sources. So if something really happened, we would have known about it, bro. We would have known about it. We would have known about it. Apparently, there is breaking news. Apparently, Ruben Amorim and his staff have really returned to Carrington for preseason, right? They're gonna return. They've returned, but looks like, hey, Man United have posted a video, bro. Posted a video. Ruben and his staff have really returned, right? Let's see if I can put that on the screen, bro. Let's see if I can put that on the screen. So, Manchester United looks like they've posted something. Let's see if I can put that on the screen, man. It's like some other video of them genuinely returning, right? So Man United have officially returned, man. Ruben Amorim is in the building. Manchester United have officially returned, bro. Let's see if I can put this on the screen. They're saying week 1, but I might need to. Yep, here it is, man. Let me try and put this on the screen, man. Why isn't it showing right now? So Ruben and his coaching staff have returned, bro. Let's just relax. How do I put this? Let me change the visuals. Sorry. Let me just try and put this on the screen. So Ruben and his staff, day 1, bro. Day 1 for Ruben Amorim. So they have returned. Not the players, but Ruben has returned, bro. So let me try and put this. There we have it, man. Day 1 for Ruben Amorim and his team, bro. So this is interesting, man. This is interesting. Looks like these guys have returned. These guys have returned. Ruben Amorim smiling, bro. Ruben Amorim smiling. Day 1. Day 1. Day 1. Preseason is about to begin, bro. Preseason is about to begin. So the coaching staff are in the building, bro. Coaching staff are in the building. Ruben and his coaching staff are in the building. Day 1. This was just
for Jamie Banaghitas to Chelsea from Borussia Dortmund.
so
Rachel Williams.
So that was posted just now by Manchester United, bro. So day 1 officially there, bro. Day 1 officially there. Yeah, Ruben Amorim must be like, oh, what's really going on? So that's literally day 1, bro. These guys have touched in a video from Manchester United. Ruben and his coaching staff are officially in the building. So day 1 of, obviously, the players, they return next week, Monday. But Ruben, he's in early. So Ruben Amorim in early. Day 1, Friday. We saw the video. I played the video just now. So, hey, looks like, hey, that preseason is coming close. Next week, Monday, that's when the players arrive. But here, day 1, Ruben Amorim in the building. Let me just try and end this so that I can make a video about that as well. So, let me appreciate everybody that joined the stream. So day 1, let me just make a video about that. Ruben Amorim has returned. Manchester United have returned. So day 1, man, day 1, the coach is back. Let's hope we get some signings. Let's hope we get some signings in. But yeah, shout out everybody that joined the stream, man. Shout out everybody that joined the stream. And yeah, day 1, Ruben Amorim is in the